Welcome to Techstination. Joining us again is Tom DeVesto, the founder of Como Audio. Thank you for joining us, Tom.
Oh, Fred, listen, always a pleasure. Thanks for showing interest in what we're doing.
Well, you're doing some very interesting things. First of all, before we start talking about some new features, you're on a crowdfunding site now, raising money to advance all the technology that you're doing.
Yeah, we've done two reward-based crowdfunding campaigns in the past, both of them on Kickstarter. And yeah, the way those campaigns work is before you've made a product, you show the prototype and you get backers to support you. And at the end of the day, they get the product once you've made it at a discounted price, if you will. So a reward for them backing you on the idea. So, but we've just launched an equity-based crowdfunding campaign where for as little as $300, a supporter of the company can buy preferred stock in the company, and so it's a whole new way of looking at raising money and building a company and a brand. One of the great things about doing it is that you not only get a very large base of investors, many of whom are your customers already, people who use the product. It becomes the most sort of democratic form of capitalism, ever. And so so far we've got two kind of investors, well, three really. So we've got friends and family being one kind, but outside of that, we've got people who buy our products, Como Audio customers, and we've had a lot of them step up. We had one guy from Bucharest who backed our first Kickstarter campaign and got a solo product, which is one of our products, backed our second Kickstarter campaign and got a Musica, which is a different product. And then as soon as he got the notice about this equity campaign, he invested $10,000. So people who like the products and like the company can now actually take a piece of the company. So it's great for us because we're not only raising money to continue funding the development of these products, but we're building a community, social community, as well as an investment and user community that sort of intertwines. And it's a great way to start a company in this day and age and build a brand.
An innovative way, certainly. And can you disclose at all where you're planning to take the company with the investments?
Oh, well, as a matter of fact, doing an equity crowdfunding campaign is something that has to be approved by the Securities and Exchange Commission. It's very much like a small public offering. So if one goes to the site, they can see everything there is to know about the company, about our past sales history and profits, and a fair amount about what we're going to do with the money going forward. So it's all there, and very, very spelled out in a very legal way, very much like I said, like a public offering, which in fact it is a tiny public offering. What we're going to do with the funds is continue to bring new products to market. We have slated for introduction over the next 90 days, for instance, a new stereo music system that has a Google Assistant built in. We have a line of turntables coming out, Bluetooth and built-in phono preamp turntables that go with all of our stuff, which is kind of nice. You can play a record and stream it across the room to where your stereo system is. So constant innovation, constantly bringing out new products and trying to fund the operation to do that. So far, all the funding has been personal, and I have one other outside investor until we've done this. But I think the campaign, as of today, is just at around $140,000. We had a minimum goal of $100,000, which we met in the first week, we're hoping to raise upwards of $1 million before we're done. So,
where should people go if they want more info on this, Tom?
They should go to comoaudio.com/invest, and that'll take them right to the crowdfunding site. And all the information is there, places to ask questions, to see what other people have asked. You can even see who else has invested in the company so far.
Cool. Now let's talk about some of the new things that you're doing. You've talked about a couple of things already, but one primarily we're talking about today is something new that you're doing with your Musica. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so these days, voice activation is becoming more important in terms of a customer's decision making when they're buying products. And so what we've done is we have developed software for our Musica, the current product that we already make, that will allow the Musica to be an Alexa skill. So you'll be able to introduce the Musica to your Alexa, your already existing Alexa, and have it turn on Neil Young in the bedroom on Musica, Alexa, or play BBC Radio 1, Alexa. And I'm sorry, there's an Alexa here and thinks
Of
I'm
course
talking to
there
her
is.
right now. So you'll be able to use it to control the Musica in different parts of your house from where you already have the Alexa. So rather than have a redundant product, there's 100 million Amazon Prime users in the United States. All of them, most of them have an Alexa. So this is, instead of replacing it, just add this to your household, your network, the way you might add a wireless thermostat or any of these other Internet of Things products, right? So it really becomes kind of cool. And the neat thing is for our customers is, even if you bought it 2 years ago, once we give you the upgrade, you'll have the most current version of the product available, and it will listen to Alexa.
Very interesting. Now, for people who aren't familiar with the Musica, uh, give us the overall description. Really, it's a beautiful, almost piece of furniture, like so many of your products are.
Well, thank you. Yeah, so it's an all-in-one music system. It's designed so that you can put it in a living room, music room, almost anywhere. It's not that big, but it comes in a, we think, beautiful wood case. But the cool thing is it will support just about every source of content delivery available today. You can play a CD on it, and even though CDs have lost some of their popularity and shine, 160 million were sold in the United States alone in 2018. So it may be down as a business, but it's still a huge way to deliver high quality content. As a matter of fact, folks like you regularly refer to CD quality as a goal with audio reproduction, trying to get there. Well, a CD is a good way to get there to start with. So it'll support playing CDs. It'll support Amazon Music. It'll support Tidal, Napster, Spotify. You can tune into tens of thousands of internet radio stations. You can send things to it via Bluetooth. You can control it from Amazon. So it's a really powerful all-in-one music system. That it's right now it's our biggest selling product.
And people can really plug any kind of audio into it
Oh,
physically.
it's got
Too.
two high resolution audio inputs, line inputs, so that if you have another device, you can plug into it. And we've really worked hard at making the sound something that the artist would like to have their music played through. One of the goals here is to make a sound system is that you reproduce the artist's music, not the sound system's music, and that's careful alignment of factors and tonal balance and things to give you a convincing result.
And just to make it clear, you don't have the Amazon built into it. People do need a separate Amazon smart speaker to talk to control the music.
Correct. Yeah, you need the Amazon, the Alexa, the assistant. I hesitate calling them smart speakers because although they are speakers of sorts, it's a shame if someone listens to really good music on them.
Of course. Now, tell us about pricing here. I guess it varies a little bit by finish.
Yeah, so the walnut version of the Musica retails in the United States for $599. For an extra $50, you can get it in a piano white finish or a piano black finish or a hickory finish. The quality and the build is the same in all of them. It's just that we get so much volume out of the walnut units, we're able to hit a lower price point that we think is important.
Terrific. Now, you talked a little bit about some of the things to come this year. I'll let you tell us a little bit more before we let you go. What's coming up?
Well, so in the next few weeks, we'll be shipping our first turntables. We developed a nice line of turntables built on beautiful cabinets that match our other products. These turntables are unique in that they come out of the box with a built-in audio preamplifier, phono preamp, so you don't need to go out and buy another preamplifier if you want to hook it up to your pre-existing stereo system. But we also have a Bluetooth transmitter in it, so you can put the turntable over where your albums are, where it might be convenient to play with the turntable, and put the music system on the other side of the room where it sounds best, and not have to worry about hooking wires up between them. So that product will be shipping in the next few weeks, and we call it the turntable, and it comes in the 4 different finishes. And that will have a retail price of $399, and that includes the plastic top cover, the Ortophon cartridge, everything you need to hook it up to your stereo, either via Bluetooth or by a wire. We even include the wire.
We love vinyl. You talked about CDs being old. We're going back further.
Well, it's still the highest resolution way to listen to music. It does have, some artifacts that have kept it from, being the current, rage, like they're big and bulky, they scratch easy, they have some record noise. But in terms of resolution, in terms of music sounding as much like the artist intended, a vinyl record produced, from the master recording, it's still the best. It's still the most information that was originally in the recording. So.
And you mentioned one other product as well, Tom.
Yeah, so we're going to be releasing this summer a product called Speakeasy Stereo System, right? Now, the Speakeasy Stereo System is going to actually come in 2 pieces. It's going to come with a head unit with a separate channel on a wire that you can run up to about 15 feet away from the head unit, and have real stereo separation. And the unique thing about this unit is the source material will come from Google. So we, in this case, have a built-in Google Assistant. So you'll be able to say, hey, Google, play, the Rolling Stones in my bedroom, and it'll do that. But we think that there was a real opportunity. There's a few other products that really sort of try to support the music listener with Google, and we're the only one that I know of that can do it in real stereo. And I'll tell you, when you're demonstrating these things, having real separation as opposed to simulated synthesized spatialization, which is a lot of one-piece things too, you really create a sound stage with depth, and you can clearly define the instruments. And, if you haven't listened in a while, you should do it, because you'll be surprised how good things can still sound. And the neat thing about the Speakeasy Stereo System is you'll be able to pair it with one of our turntables if you'd like. So you'll be able, on one hand, to play vinyl, stream it to the Speakeasy, and or use the built-in Google Assistant. So unlike the Musica, where you use your pre-existing Alexa, this one, you buy the system and you don't need to get the Google piece because it's built inside.
Great stuff. And that is arriving when, and for about how much, Tom?
It's arriving this summer, and final pricing is yet to be determined, but in stereo, it will be under $400.
Stay tuned. Again, the site is comoaudio.com. Tom DeVesto, thanks for taking the time with us.
Hey, Fred, my pleasure. Thank you very much.
Now this. Innovation. Hi, I'm Fred Fishkin, and I've been covering consumer technology for a long time, and it takes a lot to impress me. That's why I'm excited to tell you about the latest way to enjoy cooking in the great outdoors from my friend Patrick Sherwin and his great team at GoSun Stove. What if you could harness the sun to cook your meals anywhere you go, day or night? The GoSun Fusion arrives this summer using the company's tried and true reflectors and a solar vacuum tube to get you cooking without the mess of charcoal, heavy propane tanks, or smoke. And with an optional solar panel and battery storage, and the ability to plug in at home or on the road, you really can use the GoSun Fusion to cook anytime and anywhere. Want to learn more? Head to gosun.co and use the code TEXTINATION to save 10%. That's gosun.co.